In this video, I'm going to show you how to use texturing hammers to texture metal blanks or metal sheet. This is one of the more versatile hammers that we carry. This is item number HA470, or our 9-in-1 texturing hammer. The cool thing about this is that you can take each of these textures and change them out simply by loosening the collar on one end of the hammer, picking the next texture that you want to work with, lining it right up there on top of the hammer, and then threading the collar back on. Now if you're working with two designs, there's no need to switch out each design each time you work. Simply load up each side of the hammer and you're set. We also carry texturing hammers with fixed designs. The one over here off to the far right is item number HA462, and this one has a crosshatch design or stars. The one right here in the middle is HA460. This one comes with a checkered pattern on one side and stripes on the other. And last but not least, the one over here on the left-hand side has pinstripes on one side and dimples on the other. To see how each of these textures looks on metal, we've uploaded a picture underneath each one of the items so that you can better understand what design will appear on your metal when you use it. For the ease of this video, I'm going to be using the checkered pattern on the one side of HA460 so that you can see what it looks like on this metal blank. Now you're going to set your work onto a steel dapping block that then has some type of cushioning underneath it. We have several different options, from item number DA520, which is a steel block that's sitting inside of a rubber casing so that it dampens the noise and increases the effectiveness of the texturing on the metal. We also carry item number BL116. This dapping block works in the same manner as DA520, but has wood instead of rubber on its base. The option that I prefer is our regular dapping block, which is DA540, set on top of a sandbag, or item number DA570. Now this way I can set the block wherever I'm comfortable working with it, and the sandbag does a pretty good job of keeping the noise down as I'm striking blows on the metal blank. There's two different ways that you can do this when you're texturing. If you're feeling brave, you can hold on to it with your finger and texture away. I don't necessarily like doing that when I'm first starting out. A better way to go about it is to use a ring clamp. Item number RC655 is typically used to hold rings for detailing at your workbench. Another great thing for this ring clamp is that it holds on to metal blanks very well, like so. Fit the wedge portion into the back of the ring clamp, and now your fingers are protected from any wayward hammer blows. So I'm going to hold on to it like this, and I just want the very edge, so I'm going to pull that metal blank out just a tad bit more. Now I'm going to take my texturing hammer, make sure that you have your safety goggles on, reposition the hammer so that you're holding it down here towards the base of the hammer, hold the hammer so it's going to be striking the metal blank straight up and down, and then go for it. So there I have one side of my metal blank done, reposition the metal blank, and now we're ready to texture the other side. Here's a side note when texturing blanks. Try to avoid striking the edge of the blank with your hammer. This can misshapen the edge of the blank, and if you make a mistake and warp the edge out a bit, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. I'll show you how to clean it up at the end of the video. So now with this other side, same thing. And we're done. Now that I've removed the metal blank from the ring clamp, I'm going to take a look at the blank for a minute. Do I like the pattern? Is it consistent? Is it random? Too light? Maybe not evenly textured? Now's the point in time when you want to check this out. If you need to go back and do more texturing, do that now before moving on. Now here's the rest of my texturing, and I've noticed that in a few areas some of my texturing has misshapen the circle, which is no problem. I'm going to reposition my bench block, going to take a needle file, and I'm simply going to file along the edge of the circle until it comes back into shape. Now this blank is ready to be used for any stamping, riveting, gluing, or any other creative project you may have.